A couple of years ago, I was researching Pittsburgh and the arts when I was thinking about applying for the job at the Frick. And one of the artists who really stood out to me was Vanessa German. Her work was so joyful and exuberant and really, really visually compelling. Beautiful and witty and captivating. I was excited at the prospect that if I were to move here, I might get to meet her. And when I came into town to see what it was like around the Frick, I had my Uber driver take me past the art house to see what it was like. But I felt a little bit shy about approaching her, and it felt like a dream come true when she reached out to the Frick with a project idea even bigger and more sophisticated than anything we might have thought of on our own.
So to be at the Frick and to have the opportunity to be in a 3-year-long engagement, a residency, to explore more of what it means to be alive as an artist right now, and what it means to be a citizen artist, which is how I talk about myself. I say I'm a citizen artist. At the center of my life is a trifecta of art, love, and work. And I'm defining love as creative, understanding, redemptive, transformative goodwill. So I mean it without any romance at all, and deeply soulfully that museums are love spaces. They are spaces that are incredibly loving because there's so much creativity and wonder and transformation and courage that happens in this space. And so the center of my life as a human being, art, love, and work, and they're all the same thing. The art is love, the work is love, the work is art. So to be able to have the support and a relationship with an institution that I can walk to, a museum that I can walk to, where I can continue to explore, as the author Saidiya Hartman says, to experiment with freedom and to experiment with creativity, which as a queer Black artist on this land is not something that the founding fathers thought of. You know, like I was somebody with my body and my life and my story was never in the imagination of the founding fathers of this nation, never imagined to be somebody who would have freedom or resources. But I have freedom and I have resources, so this is an opportunity in a relationship, an intentional relationship with an institution, to explore those at this crucial time of American reckoning.
I go to a lot of meetings as a museum director, and I'm usually not very nervous. But the day I was scheduled to have a meeting with Vanessa German, I changed outfits 3 or 4 times. I worked very hard to compose my Zoom background because I wanted to make a really good first impression on someone I admire enormously. At the same time, I didn't want to come across only as a fan, so I ended up saying almost nothing at all. I'm glad that I'm going to have more chances in the years ahead to get to know her better. I'm sitting here now in a magical space, a room filled with gold-ground Italian Renaissance paintings, many of which performed a really active service in our society. They were the kinds of objects people would cry in front of, pray to, commission in a moment of celebration or pride. But frankly, they've been a little bit quiet here at the Frick in recent years. I know the work that Vanessa has planned will help to reactivate this space in ways that I think would really resonate with the Renaissance artists, but perhaps more importantly, will say something really meaningful to members of our community who may not always have seen the Frick as a place for them. The Frick was formed in a different era by a person who was herself very traditional, and I think that shows. When you look around this room, there are very few faces of color. And it can be a disorienting experience to come into a museum and not see yourself, not see any of your own experience there. After all, one of the best things that happens when you look at a work of art is that you learn something about the human condition that applies to you. We know that when Vanessa brings her extraordinary work into this space, she will be making it meaningful for audience members, we can't wait to welcome to the Frick, to treat with respect and warmth and even affection.
So as an artist right now, I'm asking myself, what does it really mean to be alive? To be fully alive as an artist. And I'm also asking institutions, what does it mean to be a community citizen? What does it mean to be a safe space for reckoning? To reckon with the whole wild landscape of the American story? And what does it mean to build a future where we can all be as whole in our humanity and our courage and our creativity as we can possibly be? What does it mean to create a future and to create spaces, institutions, neighborhoods where all human beings can inhabit every nook and cranny of their humanity with as much love and creativity and expression, and to do that safely? How do we make communities like that? How do we make communities like that for the future?
I think if visitors take one thing from this show, all of us at the Frick would love it if they emerged thinking of the Frick as a place for them. The Frick is not in the business of making the Frick famous or making our art famous. We are in the business of providing our community with experiences that are extraordinary, that can inspire them and open their imaginations, give them insight into other people's lives and into their own experiences. We want people, in a sense, to take us for granted. We hope you'll visit whenever you can. We are here waiting for you. It's safe and friendly, and the things you're about to see will blow your mind.